What's up guys, just finished week 36 of the trading challenge, trading from $100 to $1 million. We're currently at 105,000, we're down 15 grand from last week. And that was mainly from Pulse Chain dipping. So Pulse Chain this week is down, it's like 15%, right? And the whole market is taking a bit of a dip right now. So, Bitcoin's down 5%. ETH is also, it's barely down, but it's went from here to here. It's like down 10% from that local high. And yeah, so everything is taking a bit of a dip, and that's basically why we're down. Trading wise was actually pretty good. So I took probably too many trades really, and some of them were just a bit retarded, but we had a good trade on ETH Jan. I'll show that real quick. So this one was actually a really good play that we had in FeineNetwork, and it didn't really run too hard because obviously Ethereum's still dead, but look at that accumulation sideways right here for like a week, and then we were all buying in. I bought my entry at like 500k or 600k, and then it pumped up, held it for a couple days, sold up here, and I took out 8 grand there. So I put in 1.1k, took out 8k, and then I bought back in on this little breakout because it was like a falling wedge. Sold that second top, and that was just another little, what's that, like $600 profit. And then same at the bottom. I bought the bottom just in case it pumped back up. It looked a little bit weak here at like 1.4 mil, and then I ended up selling it, and then that was another like $500 profit right there, or $400. So perfectly traded this chart, like really well, and that was overall 7.3k profit. So yeah, we did that 3 times, and that was the main trade for this week. There was also one on Zeus, which was a coin on Pulse Chain, and then Pat, which was basically, there was a coin on ETH, this one, and this one was mooning on pretty much every chain. So there was one on Ethereum, or Pulse Chain rather, and then that one pumped pretty decently, but nothing crazy. It's Pulse Chain, it went to like 40k or some shit. And then Pat was, someone made a Pat coin, which is his cat, and I just made a couple hundred on that as well. A pet-based cat. But yeah, those were the main trades, and then I took a few which I shouldn't have taken on like these 3 coins over here, and they were basically just me over trading. Like I really shouldn't have took those, but it is what it is. And then yeah, ETH Chan again, and then this Myra AI or whatever, Mirai, which I actually might buy back into because it was looking good earlier. This one, nice and accumulated sideways. Maybe I buy back into that. I don't know, I'll check it out after. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the trading side of things. I'll show Pulse Chain real quick. So Pulse Chain, it got pretty like wrecked, but this is actually, it looks okay, like to me. So yeah, we're basically in this little uptrend over here. Just going daily, and we're coming down to this like strong support area, right? We're on this trend line. I mean, it depends how you draw it. You could draw it from here as well, and then you're still on it, just about. But either way, we're on this support area. We're also at these horizontal levels, which are the bottom of the previous dips. So we have this dip and then this dip. So like this is a strong support zone here. Other than that as well, you also have the RSI almost at a hidden bullish divergence. So this thing needs to come down. We want this to go a little bit lower, so maybe one more red daily candle, or this one just to go a bit lower, and then this here, like obviously you have a low here, and then another low will be over here. This is the worst drawing ever. You'd get it like a pencil. So you have this low, and then you'll make another low here, and then that's your, you pump out of that. It also kind of, might be cool, but it kind of looks and reminds me of the last time the Richard Hart pumped it. So if you see over here, you had this little like weak, slow pump, and then it just rolled right over. And at the time there was a trend line here, which everyone was watching, right there, and it closed below the trend line. Everyone was like shitting themselves, thinking it's over. Like obviously, you know, when you break a trend line like that, you're expecting a dip, and then you also had your bullish divergence here as well. So you went up on the price and the RSI came down. So you have this low and then a lower low. Price is higher, broke below the trend line and then pumped. Same exact thing is happening over here. So you got rollover and then making a higher low somewhere around here, and then this will be a bullish divergence or a hidden bullish divergence if it comes a little bit lower. So that's what I'm looking at. Maybe we go a little bit lower, close below this trend line, just like, you know, it did last time, and then it's like, oh shit, we broke the trend line, we're about to go lower, and then bang. That's what I'm basically looking at. I think we go below this, prank everyone, and then back up. It also looks like this Wyckoff accumulation that I drew a long time ago. So at the exact bottom I drew this and I posted on Twitter. Basically you came up, came down, make a higher high, make a higher low, retest these levels which are over here, and then you go up. And it's the exact same thing that we're seeing right now, like to the T. You know, came up, back down, up again, and then make a higher low, and then you run off like this part here, run up to maybe this high over here, which would put us at like almost sack rate, like 0.8. So that would be nice. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at for Polish Chain. Yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, I mean, it's holding strong sideways. I think worst case, let me have a look on the daily. Yeah, worst case, if we break down from here, like I think maybe 2.3k, like worst case. No, but we'll say worst case could be like 2,000-ish, but like I don't think we go that low. Like maybe a little dip and then back up. But honestly, it looks fine. And then Bitcoin as well, like maybe like just below 100k, take out some longs or some shit. But overall, like the whole market is very strong, very bullish. Just altcoins are getting just wrecked and hammered every single time there's a dip. So, but it does make sense, you know. Bitcoin's going to keep running, and then Pulse Chain is going to be like last to go. You know, Ethereum will be next. Pulse Chain might even underperform. We'll find out. But I do think if we have a look at this chart, which is Pulse Chain against Ethereum, so we're right on this trend line again, and we need to hold this line really. Let's have a look. So you see bounce, 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 break down, all the way up to the high resistance, bounce, bounce. It's bounced off this trend line so many times, and now it's breaking below it. Now if we do break below it, and it is like a whole thing was like a bear flag, or like a really retarded bear flag, then it's going to be very, you know, it's going to come down way lower, and it's going to be shit. But I do think that we'll probably bounce back up here, find support, and then off we go. Bullish times are here for pretty much everything. It just needs to, you know, basically it needs Richard Hart to pump it, because no one else is pumping it that hard, right? But yeah, I mean, it looks fine to me. It needs to just spring out here and then go. Like this is like a retest. You could also see some kind of inverted head and shoulders here. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at for everything on Pulse Chain. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to talk about. We're at 105k, 106 now, but 105k overall, and we're down 15 bandos, even though we made about 6k on trades. So yeah, oh yeah, I'll show you that ETH account. So this account was like 0.7 ETH last week, and now it's 2.6, which is like 6.5k. So not too bad. We're gonna keep trading this up, and we'll probably leave it on ETH for the whole bull run, and just keep trading this on ETH, and we'll have an account on Pulse Chain as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you follow me on my Twitter, and join my Telegram channel, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next week.